Good morning, students. Today I am going to discuss Unit 2 of Financial Market and Services. My topic is Non-Banking Financial Company. A non-banking financial company is a company which is registered under the Companies Act 1956, engaged in the business of loans and advances, acquisitions of shares, stock, bonds, debentures, securities issued by the government or the local authority, or other marketable securities of like nature, leasing, hire purchase, insurance business, JIT business. But it does not include whose principal business is that of agriculture activity, industrial activity, purchase or sale of any goods, other than securities, or providing any services and sales, purchase, construction of immovable property. A non-banking institution, which is a company and has a principal business of receiving deposits under any scheme or arrangement in one lump sum or in installment by the way of contribution or in any other manner is also a non-banking financial companies. Popular NBFC in India are India Bulls, Tata Capital, Aditya Birla, LIC, Religare, IIFL, DHFL. There is a difference between the banks and NBFCs. NBFC lend and make investment. Hence, their activities are different to the bank. However, there are few differences which are given below. NBFC cannot accept demand deposits. It means under the case of NBFC, you cannot withdraw the money whenever you want to withdraw it. NBFCs do not form a part of the payment and settlement issue and cannot issue the check drawn on itself. Deposit insurance facility of Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantor Corporation is not also available to the depositors of NBFCs, unlike in the case of the banks. In case the bank is not able to give money back to the investor up to the 1 lakh, it is insured and it is given by the Deposit Insurance and the Credit Guarantee Corporation. Systematically important NBFCs are Nidhi Bank, which is notified under Section 620A of the Companies Act 1956. JIT companies, as defined in Clause B of Section 2 of the Chit Fund Acts 1982. Housing finance companies regulated by the National Housing Bank, Stock Exchange, or the mutual fund companies, and BFCs whose asset size of 500 crore or more as per the last audited balance sheet are considered systematically important NBFCs. The rationale for such classification is that the activities of such NBFCs will have a bearing on the financial stability of the overall economy. They are the certain companies which are exempted from the requirement of registration under Section 45(1)(a) of the RBI Act 1934, subject to certain conditions. These are housing finance companies, merchant banking companies, stock exchange companies, which are engaged in the business of stock broking, venture capital fund companies, Nidhi companies, chit fund companies are NBFCs. Housing finance companies are regulated by the National Housing Bank. Merchant bank, venture capital fund companies, stock exchange, stock brokers, sub brokers are regulated by the SEBI, Security Exchange Board of India. Insurance companies, which are again regulated by the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority. Chit fund companies are those companies which are regulated by the respective state government. And the needy companies are regulated by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India. Companies that do not financial business but are regulated by other regulators are given specific exemption by the Reserve Bank from its regulatory requirement for avoiding duality of the regulation. These are the companies which are not registered under the RBI, but it is looked after by another regulators. Moreover, the maximum interest rate which is provided by the non-banking financial corporations is 11%. They are going to accept or renew the public deposit for the minimum period of 12 months and the maximum period of 60 months or the 5 years. If an NBFC default in the repayment of deposit, the depositor can approach company law board or consumer forum or file a civil suit to recover the deposit. They will not get any amount from their NBFC regulations. The NBFCs are allowed to accept or renew the public deposit for the minimum period of 12 months and the maximum period of 60 months. As already told that it cannot accept the deposits which are repayable on demand. Moreover, it cannot offer the interest rate higher than the ceiling rate which is prescribed by the RBI from time to time, and the present ceiling rate is 11%. NBFC cannot offer gift, incentives, or any other additional benefit to depositors. The deposit with NBFCs are not insured. Already discussed that the repayment of the deposits of NBFC is not granted by the RBI. The NBFC having the asset size of rupees 500 crore and above and which are not accepting the public deposits are required to submit quarterly return on the important financial parameters of the company. Moreover, they are required to furnish the information in respect of any change in the composition of its board of director, address of the company and its director, designation of its principal office, and the name and the office address of its auditor. If there is interest overdue that is payable to the depositor in case the company has delayed the repayment of the matured deposits, and such interest is payable from the date of receipt of such claim by the company or the date of maturity of the deposit, whichever is later, till the date of actual payment. Moreover, if the depositor has lost his claim after the date of maturity, the company would be liable to pay the interest for the period from the date of claim till the date of repayment. For the period between the date of maturity and the date of claim, it is the discretion of the company to pay interest. Let us discuss the different types of the NBFC. There are 8 types of NBFC and we are going to discuss one by one. First, the classification which is based on the purpose of acceptance of deposits by NBFC Directions 1998. It's a equipment leasing, hire purchase, investment companies, loan companies. Again, the reclassification of NBFCs on December 6, 2006. That is the asset finance companies, investment companies, and loan companies. We will discuss one by one. The first one is the asset finance company. Its main business or the principal business of the asset finance company is financing of the physical assets, supporting productive or economic activity. If we will take an example, it's automobiles, tractors, machines, generators, earth moving and material handling equipments, moving on power and general purpose industrial machines. The principal business for this purpose is defined as an aggregate of financing real or physical asset, supporting economic activity, and income arising therefore is not less than 60% of its total assets and total income respectively. The second one is the investment company. Investment company is that company whose main financial institution, whose principal business is the acquisition of the securities or the shares or the bonds. Then the loan company. In this case, any company which is a financial institution carrying on its principal business, the providing of the finance, whether by making loan or advances or otherwise for any activity other than its own, but does not include an asset finance companies. The next one is an infrastructure finance company. It's a non-banking finance company which deploy at least 75% of its total assets in infrastructure loans, has a minimum net owned funds of rupees 300 crore, has a minimum credit rating of A or equivalent, and the last one is under CRAR of 15%. Systematically important core investment companies is an NBFCs carrying on the business of acquisition of shares and securities which satisfies the following condition. It holds not less than 90% of its total asset in the form of investment in equity shares, preference shares, debt or loan in a group companies. Its investment in the equity shares including instruments compulsory convertible into the equity shares within a period not exceeding 10 years from the date of issue in a group companies constitutes not less than 60% of its total assets. It does not trade in its investment in shares, debt or loan in a group companies except through a block sale for the purpose of dilution or disinvestment. It does not carry on any other financial activity which is referred under section 451C and 450 IF of the RBI Act 1934 except investment in the bank deposit, money market instruments, government securities, loan to and investment in debt issuance of group companies or a guarantee issued on the behalf of group companies. Its asset size is rupees 100 crore or above and it accepts public deposits. Infrastructure debt fund companies also come under the non-banking financial companies and their main business is to facilitate the flow of the long-term debt into the infrastructure projects. They are going to raise the resources through the issue of the rupee or the dollar denomination bonds of minimum 5-year maturity. Only infrastructure finance companies can sponsor infrastructure debt fund non-banking financial companies. Non-banking financial companies also comes under the microfinance institution and they are the known deposit taking NBFC having not less than 85% of its assets in the nature of qualifying asset which satisfy the following criteria. Loan disbursed by non-banking financial companies, mutual finance institution to the borrower with a rural household annual income not exceeding rupees 1 lakh or urban and the semi-urban household income not exceeding rupees 1,60,000. Loan amount does not exceed rupees 50,000 in the first cycle and rupees 1 lakh in the subsequent cycle. Total indebtedness of the borrower does not exceed rupees 1 lakh. Tenure of the loan not be less than 24 months for the loan amount in excess of rupees 15,000 with the prepayment without penalty. Loan can be extended without any collateral security. Aggregate amount of the loan given for the income generation is not less than 50% of the total loans given by the microfinance institutions. Loan is repayable on weekly, fortnightly, or monthly installment at the choice of the borrower. Non-banking financial companies factors. They are the non-deposit taking NBFC whose main business or the principal business of factoring. The financial assets in the factoring business should constitute at least 50% of its total assets, and its income derived from factoring business should not be less than 50% of its gross income. Mortgage guarantee companies are the financial institutions for which at least 90% of the business turnover is mortgage guarantee business, or at least 90% of the gross income is from the mortgage guarantee business, and net owned fund is rupees 100 crore. Non-banking financial corporations, non-operating financial holding company is a financial institution through which promoters or promoter groups will be permitted to set up a new bank. It is wholly owned non-operating financial holding company which will hold the bank as well as all other financial services companies regulated by the RBI or other financial sectors regulator to the extent permissible under the applicable regulatory prescriptions. Thank you very much.